absolutely everything turned off. The top off. Well, the valve, that's a different kettle of fish. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to take that outside and do it. There's the valve. Had a bar. The bar just fitted nicely in that gap. A couple of whacks with the hammer, and I'll be able to unscrew it out. The way I go about it, as I said, I take the gas out of these things, fill them up full of water. There's still the captain that was inside that gives it a terrible smell. What I usually do, take an offcut of the chimney that I'm going to place on it, centralise that, we'll give that a scribe, and I'll cut that out. That out. Good night. Get on the bench. That stinks. Right, outside, little fire in it. Well, good morning YouTube. We come outside to have a look at the aftermath of last night's action. It's a fine 0 degrees now, so quite fresh. There was never my intentions to burn all the paint off, just wanted to burn the stink out, which that certainly would have done. So get that cleaned out, take it inside, do a little bit more work on it. See you right back. Why it's a little nice outside, I might as well do it outside. I'll clean all the offcuts off, and that, I've got my big boy out, my 9-incher. I'm going to cut the bottom off now, so fold the seam all the way around, give me a nice clean level cut. Just before I finish cutting the bottom off, I will cut the skirt off. It's easier to do while it's attached to something like this. that good because this bottom is going inside here as the fire base. With the 5-inch grinder and a slitting disc, I want the seam on the outside, as this will be the base of the chiminea. That extra 5mm give it a little bit more strength. I'll skim round with the angle grinder the slitting disc and follow up with a 9-inch slitting disc, make the job a lot quicker. The next step, take her into the shop. There's another archway here. Well, while the weather's still decent, I'll do another little job outside. I'll turn the cylinder upside down. The base I've cut off is got to go in here, like that. Obviously, it won't go in there as it is. Place that in there. My rubber hammer, bash that in, sort of where I want it. And give it a scribe all the way around. Take that into the shop, cut it off. See in there. So, back into the shed. I've already scribed round that, so I need to cut that little band off so it'll insert nicely in the cylinder body. I'll crack on with that. Always on with the ice squint, protects you. Look at it, don't work. Voila! That, and a little bit of persuading, that way. We'll go in there, that will be the base of the actual fire pit, about there. Before I do that, I'll cut out the next arch. God forgive me. Just needed persuading, that was all. Right. One of the reasons I work the way I do, or the order I do things, is I've only got 39 inches from my workbench to the ceiling. And I know by the time I've cut the handle off and cut the base off, I've got about an inch spare at the top, which means I can now work on the cylinder on my bench. I'll now mark up using my template, which is the same size as the bottom one, and cut that one out. You've seen me cut the bottom one out, so I'll just go done, or something like that. Didn't work. As you know, angle iron on a cylindrical surface, it's flush, will always give you a straight line. So I measure, and I line it up with the straight on one side. On the bottom, I've got somewhere I can place my template against to mark my top at. There's a 50mm at the bottom. I like to be the same from the top seam, 50mm. I'll measure that up, give her an eyeball. Give it a scribe. Now I've got my arch marked out for the second opening. I'll try that again, it might work. Work this time. This will go in there and I'll weld it in there somewhere. That's my next step. Forgot to take the paint off. So if I leave that in, when you light a fire in it, all that paint will burn off and stink. So unfortunately, I've got to take that off. So with that cleaned up, I'll put it in. You're making these just for yourself. I suppose that's an optional step. You can just fit it as it is, stick it in your garden, light a fire on it, it'll burn it off. As I'm selling these, I don't want my customers who are sitting in the garden, maybe not in the middle of winter, but sitting in the garden, lighting it up and then being fumed out. So, little extra step, not that they'll know. Where do I put it? Well, suppose I want the base of the dish not to be visible from that angle. Take my marble iron ball bearings. To be honest, not bad by eye. Obviously that's going to find the lowest point. I'll just tack that in. This bottom part for storing wood in. Oh, stop the wood falling out. I'll take some mesh, cut a circle and weld that in there. With my mesh cut to shape, put that in there. I'll put a couple of tacks in to keep it in place. Oh, next is the chimney. It's a big cylinder. I'm going to go for 15 inches. I'll go for 16 inches. What's an inch between friends? So 16 inches. Yeah, there or thereabouts. Don't really matter that much. So without further ado, just under 16 inch. All that's left to centralise the chimney, weld it on. So the chimney centralised where I want it. Get it welded on. Get a few tacks on. Fucking bollocks. Must have moved it. Hey, we'll have a look. Oh, bleeding. Can't bleeding gap there. Cut that off, reposition it. Who said everything goes well first time? Back where I wanted it in the first place. Couple more tacks. That'll do for me. And that's my garden wood burner. Room at the bottom for to store some wood. And enough heat output there to keep you warm on a chilly evening. Hope you liked this build. Ian, not in the shed for a change, in the garden, saying good night.